The tricky questions which can be asked for NEET examination. They have given the characteristic features in column A, which is represented by 1, 2, 3 and 4. And in the column B, they have given the respective families A, B, C and D. The reason why I said that this is a tricky question is, if you observe the characters, they are quite similar to each other, and therefore it is very difficult to memorize or recollect the respective families in these cases. So I urge the students to practice, read and practice these questions again and again, so that you will be able to recollect and grasp the characters of respective families. We begin with A. 1. Monocarpillary superior ovary with basal placentation, single ovule in each ovary, hairy or feathery stigma for wind pollination. Now, monocarpillary superior ovary, basal placentation and single ovule with hairy or feathery stigma. This is one of the most important distinguishing characters. So if you come across this hairy or feathery stigma, now this is a unique feature or a salient feature in case of a grass family, so that it can trap the moving pollen grains. So in this case, one we can say is a representation of graminy or poaceae. Bicarpillary syncarpous unilocular ovary with basal placentation. Now, bicarpillary syncarpous unilocular, single chambered. Now, most important feature in this case is, if you look at this, this is inferior ovary, bicarpillary, two carpels, and these are fused. So when it is bicarpillary syncarpous, inferior ovary and with a basal placentation. Now a student may be confused, because even in this case they have mentioned basal placentation, and even here it is a basal placentation. But the difference you have to notice is, it is bicarpillary, here it is monocarpillary, it is inferior ovary with basal placentation, and in that case the correct answer or option which matches this is composite or asteraceae. So the correct option in this case is, for 2 it matches with asteraceae or composite. Pentacarpillary syncarpous superior ovary with pentalocular axile placentation. This is quite simple, because we know that it is syncarpous, pentacarpillary syncarpous, and that is a characteristic feature in case of Malvaceae. And axile placentation is worth, you have to note it. Syncarpous is important and pentacarpillary is also important. But compared to the previous two cases, this is quite easy to remember. So in third case, the match with 3 will be D. Monocarpillary superior ovary unilocular marginal placentation. Now if you compare this with graminy, even in case of graminy or poaceae, it is monocarpillary, the first option. If you look at, even there it is superior unilocular, but the difference here is, in this case it is marginal placentation. So in terms of placentation, there is a difference between poaceae or graminy and leguminosae or fabaceae. So the fourth option in this case, it matches with B. So we have to select these options which matches 1 with C, 2 with A, 3 with D and 4 with B. This is quite a tricky question, as I told you. You please revise this character. This is one of the most important questions that can be asked. So the correct option in this case is A.